Motor Racing Network, Racing Electronics here at the PRI show, Indianapolis, Indiana. And Steve Post here caught up with one of my buddies, Kevin Powell. Kevin is the team owner of Brandon Ward's car. Kevin also an auto dealer in Winston-Salem. We're going to talk a lot about Bowman Gray Stadium because it's been in the news. Kevin, I want to start with something totally off the wall, though, with you. I'm doing homework, and in 2013, you finished 27th at the Oxford 250.
I did. You're right, I did. It was an unbelievable event. I was driving for Dickie Woodman, the late, great Dickie Woodman. What a great man. And we've been running on the past series all year long. Dickie was from Maine, and he said, hey, man, do you want to go to the Oxford 250? I said, oh, that's like you have to go to Oxford 250 if someone says yes. So we went and ran the Oxford 250. We had some mechanical problems that day and got beat up a little bit and everything else, but what an unbelievable experience.
I knew you were a racer. I didn't realize when I saw that. I'm like, I double take, I triple take. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is really, really cool. Fun stuff. A little bit about your racing background, Kevin. We talk about where you're at presently, but you've ran a lot over the years.
We have. I started racing go-karts when I was 10 years old. That's where I got my name, Crazy Kevin Powell, because it's one of those unbelievable uber competitive kids, and the other dads would say, Kemper, your son's crazy. He knocks the other kids out of the way. If I was running 6th, I was going to finish 4th. If I was going to run 9th, I was going to finish 8th. And then from there, we started running dirt cars in southern West Virginia. And then when I got out of college, I kind of had to take a break to pursue my career. We got back into running late model stocks around North Carolina. Ran late models forever, and I drove for the famous Johnny Johnson at Bowman Gray Stadium. We ran on the Smart Tour. Fortunate enough to run a few ARCA races here and there. And then I started driving on the Pass Series with Brandon and Jeff Day. And then we ran a full schedule at Bowman Gray. Then Brandon started driving for me, and we did the Pass Series with Brandon. And then here we are, full circle, man. Now I'm driving dirt cars again. So yeah, we've done a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, that's for sure. I really wanted to chat with you about this. We'll talk a little bit about the car ownership with Brandon Ward, but you are a Bowman Gray guy. You're a businessman in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You're a sponsor at Bowman Gray. What was your take when the rumblings, and I think you and I might have even had a text conversation about this, what was your take when the clash at the stadium was starting to filter around?
Yeah, surprised actually. Some people kind of were saying like, I'm sure this is going to happen, and I just didn't see it happening for multiple reasons. One, I thought the February, we're in Indy, it's 14 degrees here this morning. In Winston-Salem, North Carolina during the clash, I don't think it's going to be 14. It could be 24. It could be 64, We're praying for 64 because we're going to be racing in it too. And being a car owner, I'm a fair weather guy, man. I'm a Carolina boy through and through. I do not want to be in the cold. But I'm excited the clash is coming to Bowman Gray. It's going to be great for our community. It's going to be great for Winston-Salem. I can't wait for our local community to embrace the NASCAR community as a whole, coming to that facility and getting to shine the spotlight on us in that fashion.
Really, really neat, and shining the spotlight as well, not only the Cup Series, but the modifieds, the Saturday night race. Just the opportunity to race. It's funny because it's the same stage you race at, but it's a total different stage.
It is. Bowman Gray, is the longest running NASCAR weekly track, and we're famous at Bowman Gray for a lot of reasons. Some we're really proud of, some maybe not so much. I may have participated in all of those in between. I tell people sometimes, have you ever participated in some of the other things at Bowman Gray? And all I can tell you is this right here. It gets interesting. But the series of the Madhouse TV show, the Flow Racing Networks, all those things, it has shined Bowman Gray. Now that it's going to be coupled with the clash, I think people that's never seen Bowman Gray and what it's all about will get a chance to see all the fame and the glory and all the things that we do there and why it's so famous.
I shared this with Brandon when we talked earlier. Brandon Ward, your driver. I think I get to the stadium once or twice a year, and I think it's been 8 or 10 years since I've seen a YouTube video filmed. I mean, I've seen good racing because I think the stadium gets this reputation where twice a year we have the shenanigans, but the other 18 nights of year, man, that place, the racing is just incredible.
We don't get enough respect for the racing it is. I was just having a conversation with somebody recently or this morning about how technical of a place it is to race. There's 3 apexes when you drive in. It's entry, middle, and off. It's almost so technical. It's like road racing, and you have to be so good on your brakes, so easy on the throttle, and you have 24 people. You know, one guy's 2 inches in front, 2 inches on the back, and 2 inches on the side. It's super speedway racing around a quarter-mile racetrack at 13.2 seconds, and it's technical. So when you say, hey man, find your rhythm, hit your marks, if you don't find your rhythm and hit your marks, somebody's beating you on the back bumper, because it is a contact sport there. It's really, really good racing.
I know the answer to this because you and I were sitting up in the suite. You have a really cool spot there on the backstretch, and we're getting closer and closer. And Brandon's going to win, and the next thing I know, you vacated the premises. You're like, you can go with us, but you got to run. The thrill of winning at Bowman Gray Stadium, does it ever get old?
No, it doesn't. You know, there's 12,000 fans there. There's 17,000 fans there. It is absolutely electric. When they say it's like being a gladiator and walking into the Coliseum, when you're a driver, when I was a driver there, and you'd walk out and you'd push your race car out, it's nothing greater. But the thrill of victory at Bowman Gray Stadium is the toughest place to race. I don't care if I'm a car owner or a racer or working on a crew. It's magical, man.
All right, finally here. I find myself in the Winston-Salem area, and I'm in the need for good transportation or maybe an ATV vehicle. Who do I need to call?
Well, Steve, it's Crazy Kevin Powell at KevinSaysYes.com.
KevinSaysYes.com. We had to end it with that. Absolutely love it. My buddy Kevin Powell joining us here. We are all pumped up in the Carolinas about the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. Can't even imagine what this is going to be like. Look forward to catching up with Kevin up there. Hopefully you'll join us at the Clash as well.